a film student and aspiring fantasy author, and I just finished a very busy month working on a couple of film productions. One I was producing and the other I was first AD. But now it's spring break and my internship unexpectedly went remote this week, conveniently, so I was able to come home for spring break. So now I am locking back into content creation and also my writing projects. I'm outlining a new fantasy novel, but I'm also trying to have the first draft of a TV pilot written by Friday, and it's Sunday now. And I also fly back to California where I go to school on Friday. So this is just a week in my life rebuilding the writing routines that I totally fell off of in the midst of film production. Let's get started. My first thing that I literally just did was buy Final Draft, and this isn't sponsored at all. Final Draft is the industry standard screenwriting software, so if you've ever seen a script, it's formatted in a very specific way, and Final Draft kind of does all of that for you. And I always had access to it for free through school, but since I'm graduating in 2 months, I figured it was time for me to get my own account. So I literally just bought that, and I'm about to download it to my computer. And the reason I'm starting with this is because I've outlined like 13 to 14 scenes of my TV pilot, which, if you know me, I am not a plotter. I am a pantser. I do not outline, but I am forcing myself to outline this pilot and my next novel because I think it really does help. So I've outlined a good chunk of it, but it still is hard for me to outline the whole thing through to the end. So I'm hoping that if I just start writing it, it will like generate the ideas and the creativity to like figure out how I want like the second half of the pilot to go. So yeah, that's why I'm getting Final Draft, so I can start writing that. So I'm going to download that right now and I will keep you updated. Wait, I feel like I should talk about what the pilot's about. It's a workplace drama inspired by the real life effort to generate electricity using nuclear fusion. So I read like a National Geographic article about it and thought it was super cool, and I love science and I'm just nerdy like that, but I also love a workplace drama. So that's what it is, in case you were wondering. Hey guys, wearing the same sweater as yesterday, don't judge. I honestly spend most of my time at home in my pajamas, and then I just change into a sweater when I record, or because I have a Zoom in like an hour, so I want to look presentable. But today is Monday. It's a work from home day for my internship, but I only have a half day today, so it's only part of my day. My internship is with HBO, so I mostly just like read scripts and write coverage on them, so I just get paid to read and write, which is fine by me. So I got in a good like 2-hour writing session in last night, 1 hour for the pilot and 1 hour for the book. I'm struggling to finish this book outline. Like, I don't know what happens in the end. Like, I don't know, but I can sense the value of puzzling it out before I actually write it. It's like I can catch plot holes before they even happen and tie in all the threads and just do all of that work before I even write it. So I do think it's worth it to stick with it and finish the outline, but like it is like I'm really stuck. Like I feel like I've been stuck at the same point for like a day or two now. Script hasn't made like a huge amount of progress because I kind of just started transferring my like discovery writing into the Final Draft, like actual script formatted document. So I have to finish that today and hopefully continue and hopefully do some brainstorming on like what the next scenes could be, what the next like what like the second half of the pilot could be. I'll keep you updated today if I when I get my writing done after work. See ya! I've also been writing a lot in my little notebook, especially for my book outline, because it helps me like think things through a little bit. So I would recommend that if you're in a similar situation and you're stuck, try handwriting it and just be like, maybe this could happen next, and then like because of that, these 3 reactions from the protagonist could be an option, and which reaction makes the most sense or leads into the next scene nicely. It just helps to just like handwrite it, honestly, and make it messy. That's my tip for the day. Hey guys, today was kind of an L in the sense that I didn't really write much. I spent a little bit of time in the morning working on my script, but after work I like took a nap, called my friend for an hour, and then I ate dinner with my parents and we watched Father the Bride, and then I've showered and now it's 10 p.m. and I'm just sitting down to write again. I'm gonna keep working on my script, I think, just because my fantasy book outline is annoying me and frustrating me, but we'll see. I might do like an hour on the script and an hour on the book. And keep in mind that I'm still on Pacific time kind of in my head, so even though it's 10 p.m. here, it feels like 8 p.m. so I'm not super tired. I just finished working on my script for like an hour and I think I'm gonna stop because I'm tired, but I wanted to do a quick update. I had free-written a lot of scenes in a Google Doc because it's just way easier for me to write in like prose, like book format, than it is for me to write in script format, at least for right now. This hour was mostly just me like copying and pasting stuff from the Google Doc into Final Draft. And it's like some reordering, some like rephrasing things, but mostly copying and pasting. And then I got to a point where I'd have to write like a new scene, and I was like, I'm too tired to do that right now. I think I'm just gonna like read for a bit and then go to bed. But I wanted to give this update. I'm glad I'm just honestly showing up, and I'm showing up here and I'm showing up for my writing. So yeah, that's my Monday night update. I will see you tomorrow. Good morning. It's Tuesday morning. I'm feeling really awesome and amazing because I just had an hour-long writing sprint before work and I wrote like 3 scenes for my script, which is more than I would be able to write, I think, for a novel. I think scripts are just like faster to write because it's less words. I'm gonna get to work now. I will update you later today. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. I wasn't able to film last night because my dad was watching Bridgerton and you would have heard Bridgerton in the background, so I thought that might be a little bit distracting. Yesterday actually was a really productive writing day for my script specifically. I was able to find little pockets of time, even though I was working all day, to just take 5 or 10 minutes when I like didn't have anything to do for work and just like write something down. Also had a really good sprint for an hour last night. This is the benefit of a good outline. I would just be like, oh, what scene do I write next? Look at my outline. Oh, it's that one. And then I just write it. Like it's been such a good process, and I'm really excited to have a fleshed out outline for my novel because I'm hoping that'll help the first draft flow the same way. Man, they weren't lying. It really gets so much more productive in your short writing sprints when you have an outline. I'm just trying to figure out how I want to spend my time today because I don't have work today, and of course it's spring break, so this is my first Wednesday in a while that I haven't had class either. So the to-do list, I want to spend some time editing this, maybe an hour. I want to spend an hour working on my homework that I've been procrastinating. I want to spend an hour working on my script and maybe even an hour working on my novel. Maybe 2 hours for the script because I really just want to like knock it out. I think I'm going to start with that right now because I was like in such a good flow last night. I just want to see how much I can get done like in the next hour. I want to make this day as productive as possible, but also remind myself to like chill out because that's what spring break is for and I definitely need it. Hey guys, this is your midday Wednesday update. I have actually been pretty productive today. I worked on my pilot for like an hour, wrote 2 scenes, which ended up being like 4 pages, which isn't that much, but it was good writing, so that's okay. I've kind of gotten to the end of where I like planned out my outline for my pilot, so from here on it's like I gotta figure it out. But the reason I wanted it done by Friday is because I'm meeting with a screenwriting mentor of mine on Saturday, so I want to get what I can done in time to send it to her, whether it's done or not, because then I can seek some guidance for how to finish a pilot, just because I've never done that before and it is kind of different from finishing a book or finishing a feature or something like that where like it's the end of the story. In a pilot you have to tease into the next episode, so it's just like something I've never done before, so I just might need some help. I worked on my pilot for an hour, worked on homework for like 30 minutes, or like at least pretended to work on homework, and then ate lunch, watched Bridgerton. I'm on the last episode of the season, and then I started editing this video for an hour, and then I actually worked on homework for like 30 minutes and was actually very productive. So I'm feeling good with the homework that I got done today. I have a plan for how I'm going to complete the rest of my homework over the next few days. Yeah, I'm gonna run to Walgreens right now for a quick errand. And then when I come back, I think I'm gonna try to plan some content for Instagram because I've been slacking there as well and I wanna get back on that. My afternoons are always less productive than my mornings, but I do wanna keep my momentum as much as possible. But like no stress from here on out. So I actually ended up spending like 2+ hours working on Instagram stuff. I had so many posts saved in my folder for like Bookstagram ideas with all the thesis film stuff. I like have barely posted on Instagram in like a month. All those saved posts inspired so many post ideas. I was writing them all down, and then I ended up with like 3 months worth of Instagram post ideas. Scheduling all of that out has been a little bit complicated because I'm trying to be realistic about what I can do, but also as soon as my internship wraps up in like 3 or 4 weeks, I'm gonna have more time on my hands. So I want to really get more intensive with my posting schedule after that. But then I'm going to be graduating, so it's like a whole thing. Like, I don't really know, but also I want to have a plan in place. So this is all in the weeds. But like, so that's what I spent a good chunk of the afternoon doing. I ate dinner with my family. I washed my hair. Now I might spend another like 30 minutes going over the Instagram stuff. I plan everything in like a Notion template. I'm going to open that back up, make sure that I at least know what my plans are for the next few weeks, like for the rest of the month. Maybe write for 30 minutes and read for 30 minutes before bed. It's like 9:15 now, so I have time. Hey guys, good morning. It's Thursday morning. Last night I ended up doing like scheduling and emailing and just like life admin stuff for like an hour and a half, and then I was too tired to write, so I just read for a bit and went to sleep. You're probably wondering every time I say I read for a bit, what is she reading? And I would show you, but every time I set up my camera, I'm setting it up on the book that I'm reading, so that's why I can't like show you, but it's Lost in the Hills. It's the first book in the Zone series by Kaylee Allensworth. She's an Instagram friend of mine, and she self-published the novel recently. So today is a full work day, so I'm basically just gonna be reading all day, plus I have to pack up because I'm leaving very early tomorrow morning for the airport to go back to California. My Instagram posts are all planned out for the next like 2 months, so let's see if I can stick to that schedule. I've never done it like this intentional, this in detail before, this far in advance before, so hopefully I can stick to this schedule. Packing shouldn't be too much work because I barely brought anything, like it'll take 20 minutes, so hopefully I can find some time maybe in the evening to write a little. But yeah, I'm gonna get started on work right now. I have a lot of reading to get done, so I don't think there will be like little gaps of time in between assignments because I think the assignment that I have is going to just take me all day. And then during my lunch break, I have to finish Bridgerton. You know, it's important. Hey guys, Thursday evening update. I did not write today. I worked all day, ate dinner, showered. A new episode of The Pit drops in 15 minutes, and obviously it's of the utmost importance for me to watch that. I'm all packed up. I leave super early tomorrow morning. Then I will be back in California to finish out this vlog. It's Friday, we're back in California. I landed around 11, got to my house at 12, went straight to a cafe and stayed there for like 6 hours. I started with homework, which required me to like comb through an entire feature-length script, which is like over 100 pages. I'd read the script before like last summer, so it didn't take me as long as it might have, but still takes a long time. And then I got to work on my pilot. I kind of just cleaned it up and brainstormed some ideas for the scenes that I still have to write, just to discuss them with my mentor, and then sent her what I have. So that's done, and that feels good. Dude, like, California is sunny, the sky is blue, it's warm here, like it's just so nice. And I felt really good about the writing that I got done today. I was writing a really intense scene between two characters, and like when you write something like that, and I was like walking back with my little orange juice, like having a great feeling. Like there's just something about bringing your characters to the depths of hell that's just so fun, and I'm happy with it. If you notice any difference in the camera quality, this is a different camera. Both of my cameras were dead when I got home, so I had to film on my phone when I went to the cafe, and I was charging them the whole time, so now I get to be back on my camera. Anyway, it's almost 7. I am gonna shower. I still have stuff I want to get done today that's on my to-do list. It was a pretty good writing day today on Friday, even though I didn't even write that much more for my pilot today. Like, I was mostly just cleaning up what I already had and like fleshing some stuff out. I don't know, it just feels good to be like, oh, okay, this isn't like that bad. I'm thinking of turning to some craft books to help jog my brainstorming for my novel. I feel like that might be what I need. I love this one, The Emotional Craft of Fiction, and I haven't read it since freshman year of college. As you can see, I'm made lots of little sticky tabs in it. But I kind of have been feeling like it's time for a reread, so I might start this after my current read. I was listening to a podcast on the plane and it was talking about like stakes. And it's like you listen to these things and of course you know that your story has to have stakes. And of course like my novel does have inherent stakes, but then I was thinking like, do those stakes escalate? Is there a point in between second and third act where there's added pressure? And I was like, I don't know, maybe I should add that and maybe that would help me figure out my ending. I've also been like getting back to watching AuthorTube videos because I hadn't been watching those for a while and I feel like they're so inspiring to me. So I've been watching some of those recently, especially because I'm going to be back on AuthorTube as soon as I get this posted. Anyway, that's my Friday update. The morning was just me sleeping on the plane for the most part, but pretty good afternoon, I would say. Hopefully this vibe carries through and I keep feeling inspired and I keep finding time to write. I think time is a really scary thing for me to try to find because I'm just a busy girl and I really don't want my writing to fall to the back burner. Outlines really, really help, and that's why I really want to focus on that for my novel. And I need to figure out how to finish this pilot. I think I need to write like 20 more pages. I think I could get away with writing like 17 or 18 more pages because honestly, the shorter the better, but it has to be at least like 50 something pages. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye! Hey guys, happy Saturday morning. It's been a pretty productive day so far. I started by doing homework. I just wanted to get that out of the way first thing. So I submitted one of my assignments, feel really good about that. And then I just went to the farmer's market and now my friend is actually on their way over to my house and we're gonna drive to LA together and meet up with a third friend and get brunch in West Hollywood. So I'm very excited. I get to go to brunch. Those who don't know, I'm a really big fan of brunch. The weather is so nice. My plans for the afternoon do involve writing because this is a writing vlog, but I do have to film an Instagram reel probably as soon as I get home to make sure I do that while I still have daylight and then work on writing more like in the evening or like when the sun is going down. Hey guys, so I actually ended up spending like 3.5 hours in LA. We got really good brunch and walked around Santa Monica Boulevard for a really long time. And then the traffic was kind of nasty on the way back. So it's like almost 5 p.m. now. I'm hoping that I can get this reel done before I lose the good daylight. If not, I can always do it tomorrow, but I'm going to try to do it right now. So I got to go quick. But I just wanted to give you guys that quick update. I don't know how much time I'm going to have to write tonight, honestly, because it's already 5. I have a call at 7:30 with my mentor to talk about my pilot that I sent to her yesterday. I have to like showering everything too. I ordered Story Genius this morning because I was inspired by Brielle. Do you guys know Brielle? She's another author tuber here. Me asking as if you're gonna like respond. Do you know Brielle? She was like one of the first author tubers that I started watching on YouTube. She was saying in a recent video how Story Genius was helping her with her book. And so I'm hoping that it'll help me too. That kind of like inspired me to get it because I'd heard of it before on like writing podcasts and stuff. I just think like having a new craft book that I've never read before might be helpful for like jogging some like new ideas and like trying to see the outlining process from like a different angle because I think that whole book is supposed to help you like outline an entire novel. I really want this outline for my novel to be really strong. Like I want this book to be an improvement upon my last book and like I just want it to be really, really good. I'm gonna try to film this reel right now. Hey, so I just got off the phone with my mentor. She gave me a bunch of notes and gave me like 2 weeks to get in a completed draft that also implements her notes, so it's kind of like a 1.5 draft. So it feels good to like have a deadline, even though 2 weeks feels fast for some reason. I think it's totally doable. I just have to like lock in and prioritize it over the weekends, especially because that's kind of the only time I have to write. Otherwise, I'm just really tired right now. I think I'm still partially on like the central time zone, so for whatever reason, it just like I'm so sleepy. I was sleepy at like 7, so if I seem low energy, that's why. I didn't have time to write today, unfortunately. I did film my reel though. I did film the reel, and I called my mom and then showered and ate dinner and then had my call with my mentor, and now I'm really sleepy. So I'm gonna finish the episode of TV that I'm on. It's an unreleased HBO show that I get to watch because I'm an intern. So I feel very special and excited to be watching that. And then I'm gonna go straight to sleep. And it's like 9 p.m. It's like not even 9 p.m. But I'm so tired. You know, sometimes there are just days where the writing just, you can't fit it in, and that's okay. I'm not someone who only writes when I'm, you know, inspired or whatever. Like, I do prioritize it, and when I do have time to write, I write, whether I feel like it or not. But sometimes you don't have time to write, so there's not much you can do about that. And that's how it is. I'm not gonna, like, stay up late writing now when I'm so tired that I don't think I can write anything even remotely comprehensible. I want my fellow writers, you guys, to understand how you could get